Hi guys and welcome back to the Megan Valentine channel. I'm Megan Valentine and today we're going to do a Digimon merchandise unboxing. Digimon is such a big part of my life. It was a massive part of my childhood and it's still, as you can maybe see in the background, really important to me. This item is probably my most anticipated piece of merchandise ever. It is the Tailmon to Angewomon Digivolving Spirits figure. Now, this series of figures has been introduced as a remake to the old Digivolving Digimon toys that were out around late 90s, early 2000s. And because of that, it's supposed to convey a very nostalgic feel. These old ones, just like this one, were articulated figures that could transform from one Digimon level to another. My cousin and I owned almost everything from this old Digivolving toy series. It meant so much to us. One thing this series never had was a Tailmon edition. Back in the day, it was really hard to find Tailmon merchandise, and there was absolutely no Angewomon merchandise anywhere. And that's why this wave of new figures and Digimon merch that includes Angewomon a lot more is very satisfying to me. I always wished that this figure would come to life one day. I went as far as designing my own version of how a Tailmon could turn into Angewomon, inspired by the Patamon to Angemon figure that was part of that series. And in 2017, we finally get an announcement for this figure, and I pre-ordered it straight away. I received her back in June when the pre-orders were shipped out, and I really wanted to do this unboxing, so I actually haven't opened her yet because I spent the last 3 months in Greece having an existential crisis and whatnot. So this series is made with a more adult audience in mind. It has greater detail and more complicated articulation, and I'm really excited to find out how this looks and how this functions as a transforming toy. Before we open this up, I think we should have a look at the packaging. She comes in this pretty simple box, but I find the illustration at the front is very beautiful. This is original new artwork for this series, specifically designed by Kenji Watanabe, which is one of the main people behind Digimon character design. On the box we have Bandai and Digimon Adventure and Tamashii Nations logos. We have her number 4 in the series, and her name right here with the Digivolving Spirits logo. And the whole illustration is so beautiful. We have little cute Tailmon at the bottom and then Angewomon emerging on top with this really awesome power stance. So on the sides we have Angewomon on one side with the logo of the series again and her name, and on the other side we have Tailmon with the logo of the series in a circle of digidestined crests. The imagery of the crests is always really powerful for me when I look at it, and very nostalgic, and I'm happy that they put it on the box. On the top of the box we have little Tailmon on one side and Angewomon on the other. This is obviously the official photography for the figure and the logo in the middle again. At the back we can see the official photography as a whole. I feel the colors in this box really match this character, and the fact that it's a bit more dusty and dark at the back, I think it gives it kind of a mature feel. So I think it's time to go ahead and open this up. So as you open the box, the first thing you see is like the wings of the box have the Tailmon and the Angewomon illustrations on them, and there's like this round thing with the crest of light on it, which is amazing. I don't know if that's a base for the figure or just the crest of light for no reason on the box, but yeah, it's really cute. And Tailmon says something. Kanji, kanji, kanji. I can't read Japanese. I should move on with the unboxing, shouldn't I?
So, I can see this plastic.
Oh my god. She's here. Okay, so she comes with this brochure, which I'm guessing explains how to digivolve her. I will put this aside for now. She comes as a Angewomon in the package, which is pretty impressive. So you would have to turn her into Tailmon later. She comes in this very straightforward plastic case. Oh, It seems... No, she's not broken. Whoa! Okay, now straight away, as you open the box, you see this. Okay, so it seems that some of the articulation is especially sensitive with this figure. Let's look at this in detail, shall we? So I find a few flaws with this figure when it comes to its construction. She is very articulated, and by very articulated, I mean that things fall out as you assemble her. It's very sensitive, this figure. It's hard to handle her, let's say. I would transform her and not move her very much after that because of how sensitive she can be, and things can fall out very easily. I had her hand fall out, I had her hair fall out, even one of the wings on the helmet fell out. Not to mention the back, which is really heavy. Like, this back can help her stand a bit easier as a Angewomon, but at the same time it's hard to keep the body attached to it because this little bit here at the back is not enough to hold this figure. This is much heavier and it falls off. Angewomon has 6 wings at the back, and 2 of them are Tailmon's legs. It's like a funny attempt for the bottom 2 wings, but it's still okay, I guess. Also, the top up here is her ribbon that goes above her head. In terms of the sculpting, I love the work they've done on Angewomon. I think the detail in which they've sculpted the outfit is impressive. Like, you can see the belts going into the skin, and I love the little metal bits, like her helmet and her metal bra pieces and her holy ring. The coloring can be problematic in some areas. The way they have filled in the fabric around her body is a bit sloppy. You can find parts of it where it has gone onto the skin and it's quite obvious. Some of the details are good, like the zippers, but in general, especially when it comes to the white paint, it seems that it has been a sloppy paint job. Hair is fine. The metal bits are really nice. I like them. I also like the digicode texture around her ribbon. It has this metallic finish. Like, the ribbon itself, it's matte and has this beautiful dusty pink color, and the letters of the digicode around it have this metallic finish, which I really enjoy. I do like the choice of colors for this figure. I think that it matches the packaging that I mentioned I really liked, and in general I think the colors are beautiful. The paint job is what bothers me in certain areas. Let's turn her into Tailmon and see what is going on there. So here we have Tailmon. She's pretty straightforward as a figure. I can spot an issue with the painting in one of the eyes. It's not that obvious, but I can still see it. Again, I really like the color palette for this. I like this muted purple on her ears. The tail has the signature holy ring on it as well, which is really cute, and it's also made of this die-cast metal material, and the detail of the digicode on the ring is really nice. So overall, I'm happy with this figure. The procedure of turning her from Angewomon to Tailmon and vice versa is not that complicated. What makes it more difficult is how sensitive this figure is and how things fall out all the time and you need to put them back up. I think this is the main problem with this figure. Other than that, apart from some sloppy painting here and there, I find this to be very beautiful. I will find a way to display her when my room is a bit more ready, because I'm still working on it. So that's it for the Tailmon to Angewomon Digivolving Spirits review. Subscribe to my channel for more Digimon and Otaku content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!